An extreme close-up of a hollow, polished bone tube. It rests in shadow, its purpose unknown, catching a single glint of low firelight. The camera holds, forcing contemplation of the object. A hand enters frame. The hand, sinewy and strong, gently lifts the tube. It moves over a small, dark wooden bowl, filled with a fine, greenish-gray powder. The hunter's face is obscured. Only his focused actions are visible. His fingers carefully dip a small wooden spatula into the powder, tamping it lightly. He inspects the amount, his movements economical and precise. He places the spatula down, his gaze fixed on the ritual items before him. Faint gray light begins to filter into the shabono. The hunter is a silhouette against the waking communal space. He rises from his hammock in one fluid motion. He moves to the wall of the structure. His long, dark palmwood bough rests there. He picks it up. He runs his thumb along the smooth, dark wood. His eyes scan the entire length of the bow, checking for imperfections. He tests the tension of the CPO vine string, plucking it once. A low, dull thrum cuts the quiet. He turns to his quiver, a woven basket of reeds. He pulls an arrow. He inspects the sharp, fire-hardened bamboo point. He gently touches the vibrant macaw feathers of the fletching, ensuring they are perfectly aligned. His inspection is not a quick glance, but a deep, methodical communion with his tools. He places the arrow back. He lifts a small gourd pot. Inside, a deep red urukum paste. He dips 2 fingers into the vibrant red pigment, a stark contrast to his skin. He draws a straight, precise line from his temple down to his jaw. He mirrors it on the other side. His eyes are closed. His breathing is slow, rhythmic, a deliberate act of centering himself before the ritual. This application is not decoration. It is a mask of intent, a preparation of the spirit. He opens his eyes, his expression calm and unreadable. He gathers the bow, the quiver, and the small ritual. He walks towards the central opening of the shabono. The forest outside is a wall of deep blue and shadow just before sunrise. The hunter moves from the low light of his sleeping area to the shabono's central clearing. An elder shaman, his face a constellation of deep wrinkles, sits waiting on a low stool by the embers of the night's fire. He does not look up. The hunter approaches. He moves with deep respect, his steps slow. He stops a few feet away and kneels, lowering his gaze. He places the small, dark bowl of greenish-gray yacona powder on the earth between them. The shaman looks at the bowl, then at the hunter. His eyes are heavy-lidded, but miss nothing, assessing the young man's spirit. He gives a single, slow nod of approval, accepting the offering and the intent behind it. The shaman leans to his side, retrieving a long, dark tube. It is a magnificent tool, fashioned from a single, hollowed-out palm stem, easily 6 feet in length. It is dark, polished by years of use, its surface holding the smoke and oils of 1,000 rituals. The shaman lays it across his lap. He begins a low, rhythmic chant. His voice is not a song, but a vibration, a guttural summoning of the forest spirits, the Hekura. He is asking them to inhabit the powder, to lend their strength to the hunter. The hunter remains kneeling, his eyes closed, his breathing synchronized with the shaman's soft rhythm. This is the heart of the ritual, the transference of knowledge and spiritual power from elder to novice, from man to the Urihai. The shaman lifts the long tube. He dips one end into the dark bowl, his movements deft and practiced. He scoops a precise measure of the yacona powder. He taps the tube lightly on the bowl's rim. He lifts his gaze to the hunter. The hunter leans forward, his body braced, presenting his right nostril. He is an image of perfect, trusting submission to the shaman's wisdom. The shaman places the end of the long tube just inside the hunter's nostril. He seals his own lips around the other end. sudden, violent puff. The shaman's cheeks collapse as he blows the powder deep into the hunter's sinus. The hunter's body explodes. He is thrown back by the force, his head snapping up, his back arching. A strangled cry escapes him. His eyes are squeezed shut, tears and mucus flooding his face instantly. The pain is immediate, electric. A bolt of fire searing through his skull. This is not merely an inhalation. It is a purification, a violent expulsion of the mundane world. He falls forward onto his hands and knees. His body is racked with deep, shuddering coughs. He spits onto the earthen floor. The shaman is unmoved. He is already reloading the tube, his expression a mask of absolute focus. This is the necessary, painful path. The shaman touches the hunter's shoulder. The hunter looks up. His face is a mess of tears and ritual paint. He sees the tube. He steels himself. He leans forward again, presenting his left nostril, his entire body tensed for the next impact. The shaman places the tube. Another jolt. This one is deeper. The hunter collapses forward, his forehead touching the earth. He does not cry out this time. He is lost in a physical agony, a roaring in his ears that drowns the shaman's chant. He is emptying himself. The shaman watches, patient as a stone, allowing the yakana to do its work, to break down the man to build the hunter. The hunter's tremors begin to subside. His ragged gasps soften into deep, rhythmic breaths. The camera stays locked on his profile, a study in absolute meditative stillness. He is a statue of red-streaked mud and sweat. The shaman's chant softens, becoming a guiding melody. The hunter's eyes slowly open, a sudden, sharp focus. The camera does a rack focus from his eye to a single spider web in the thatch of the Shibono roof, suddenly in perfect, impossible detail. He sees the tiny, iridescent spider. He sees the dew drop on the web. He sees the reflection of the fire in the dew drop. His perception has been fractured and reformed, sharpened to an impossible degree by the spirit of the Yanomami. His gaze drops. He looks at the earthen floor, seeing the tracks of an ant, the micro-terrain of pebbles and dust. He is no longer in a Shibono. He is in a universe of infinite, small details. But the sounds are different now. They are not a wall of noise, but a layered symphony of individual voices. He hears the click of a beetle's wings under a distant leaf. He hears the rustle of a specific branch, identifying the weight of the animal that moved it. This is the true transformation. The hunter has invited the Hikura spirits into his body, borrowing their eyes, their ears, and their silence. He closes his eyes again. He opens them. The shaman is watching him. The shaman nods slowly. The hunter's face is serene, all pain and shock gone, replaced by a profound, focused calm. He has passed through the fire. The hunter rises from his knees. He is no longer the man who knelt. His movements are deliberate, fluid, and utterly silent. He picks up his long palmwood bow. His hand grips the wood, but his gaze is distant, already listening to the world outside. He turns to the shaman. The shaman places a hand on his shoulder, a final blessing of the Hikura, a silent charge to hunt with their spirit. The hunter bows his head. He turns and walks to the opening of the Shibono. He stands at the threshold. He is a dark, painted silhouette against the explosive green and blue of the awakening Urihai. The forest is no longer just a place. It is a living, breathing entity, and he is now a part of it. He steps out. The camera stays inside the Shibono, watching him cross from shadow into the light. He is immediately enveloped by the dense foliage, the massive leaves closing behind him. We are now in the forest with him. The world is a sensory explosion. A bird screeches high above. The hunter's head does not turn, but his eyes, pupils wide and dark, flick instantly to the source. The camera crash zooms to what he sees, a toucan, 100 feet up in the canopy, almost invisible. He moves on. He places his bare feet with impossible care, his toes gripping the damp earth, making absolutely no sound. He is not walking, he is flowing through the undergrowth. His painted skin and the dappled sunlight create a perfect, shifting camouflage. He stops. He is listening, his head tilted. His entire body has become an instrument for receiving the forest's information. He looks down. At his feet, a cluster of damp leaves. He crouches, his eyes scanning the leaf litter, reading a story that is invisible to us. He points. The camera moves in, an extreme close-up of a tiny, freshly broken twig, the white wood inside still moist. He has found his path. The Hakura have shown him the way. He rises, gives a final reverent glance up at the canopy. He moves into the deep green, and the forest accepts him, swallowing him in an instant. His form dissolves completely into the patterns of light and leaves. He is gone. The camera pans up, leaving the forest floor. It rises past the massive cathedral-like trunks, up, to the sun breaking over the endless canopy. A final, majestic, wide shot of the Urihi in the golden morning light. The forest, the provider, is awake. The ritual is complete.